Hello everybody and welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, welcome, come on in. My name is Millie and I post at least 3 times a week on a Monday, Wednesday and a Friday. Cruelty-free, drugstore, affordable makeup reviews, and if you've been here before you will know one thing that I absolutely love doing is a foundation full day wear test, a foundation review. I love them. So I have been testing 6 foundations over the last couple of months and I'm going to be ranking them today. I've got a number 1, I've also got a number 6, and I have been ranking these in 5 different categories. So affordability, is it actually affordable? Accessibility, can you actually get your hands on it very easily? Can you find it in store anywhere? Longevity, does it actually look good at the end of the day, or is it just like only good when you very first apply it? Shade range, can you actually find a shade that matches your skin tone? And lastly, the coverage slash finish. So I just want to clarify that coverage slash finish I feel like is a different thing to longevity, because something can look good when you very first apply it but look absolutely garbage by the end of the day. So they are 2 different categories for me. Like I say, I've been ranking these from 1, the best in that category, to number 6, the worst in that category, and then I've added all those together and we've come up with a 1 to 6 ranking. So I would love to hear if you've tried any of these foundations, what do you think of them? And I will also say that these are subject to change because they can add more shades to the shade range, they could take away shades from the shade range, which, like, I've got feelings on the shade range for a lot of these foundations. A lot of them aren't great, but also they could potentially at some point in the future become more accessible if they go onto Boots, if they go onto Superdrug, if they're available in store, things like that. So this is all subject to change. I will be ranking these at the end of the year for my best of the year. And we will do that at some point at the end of the year, probably in December. But let's just start with, let's go from worst to best. I have got the number 1 option on currently, so we'll get to that at the end of the video. Let's start with number 6. This is the Skin Sync foundation from Technic. This has ranked the lowest out of all of the foundations that I've been testing the last couple of months. So in terms of affordability, this one actually came in at number 3. It is the second most affordable. Number 1 and number 2 are the same price. So this came in at number 3. This one costs £6.50. You can get 20% off with the code. I can't remember my code. I'll leave it linked down below. I do have an affiliate code, but I don't think it's worth it. Even with the code for this foundation, I just really don't think, even for the price point, that it's worth it, because some of the other categories coming up, this one ranks worst. So in terms of accessibility, this one came in at number 4. You can get this online. You can get this on obviously the Technic website, but also I think Technic is available on Boozy Shop, but you can't get this in store. This specific foundation isn't available in store. I know that like Technic has stands in some supermarkets in the UK, but really it's not very accessible. So in terms of longevity, this one came in last. This one does not wear very well throughout the day. Even on my dry skin, I find that this is so sort of, I don't want to say oily, but it just looks really funky by the end of the day. It really doesn't look great at the end of the day. You can powder it, but I find that you then have to keep powdering it throughout the day for it to still look good. It's almost too hydrating, which as a dry skin gal, that is not a problem that I generally deal with. But there's something about the formula here that just sort of breaks down quite heavily throughout the day, and it doesn't look good by the end of the day. It really doesn't wear very well at all. Shade range, we have got a grand total of 9 shades. Really bad shade range. Technic, can we work on that shade range, please? Yeah, really not great shade range. I just don't think in 2026 we should be coming out with a foundation that only has 9 shades, let alone a foundation that's only got 6 shades or 7 shades. I will get to those in a minute, but like, wowzers trousers. Not good, not good enough. It's just not good enough. And then also for coverage and finish, again, this one ranks lowest. This was ranked at number 6 for my feelings on the finish and the coverage. And that basically just goes on the fact that although this is a lighter coverage, and I'm not mad at a lighter coverage, I can absolutely take a lighter coverage, I feel like it sort of, I don't want to say it grabs to dry areas, but it sort of emphasises texture quite heavily, and it just doesn't really do enough for me for it to warrant it getting a higher vote. Basically, it's just, it doesn't look good even on first application. It's too glowy. It needs a real heavy powder, but then it looks dry and then it still continues to get oily throughout the day. So save your money, don't go for this one. Next up, the 5th foundation, the one that came in at number 5 in all of these categories, like I say, is the PS Cushion Foundation. So in terms of affordability, this one came in at number 1. This one ranks at the top spot because this one, £6, £6. So affordable, but also there is another one that was the same price. So this one ranked at number 1 for that. But in terms of accessibility, it's gotta be in at number 6 because you can only get this by going in store. Why can't Primark? It's 2026. Please, can you just figure it out? Because I want to be able to order Primark makeup and other clothes, but like I don't generally buy Primark clothes. The makeup and like the skincare, the body care, the accessories, the shoes, all of it. Why can't we buy it online? Just, I know that you can do like a click and collect thing, but like, please just deliver it to my house. I don't want to have to go into town. So it does rank lowest in terms of accessibility because why? In the year of 2026, why can't you just order it online? So in terms of longevity, this one came in at number 5. I feel like that is sort of doing this a disservice because I do feel like it looks okay at the end of the day. I don't necessarily feel like I have to nurse it throughout the day, but when it's coming up against the others that are coming up, this one is noticeably less long lasting than some of the others that are coming up. However, I think if you had very, very dry, parched skin and you don't enjoy using a powder, I do think that you would probably get on quite well with this one. But on the flip side to that, if you've got oily skin, I would definitely say stay away from this one. This comes in at number 5 for shade range. We've got a grand total of 6 shades. I'm just going to let that sink in. 6 shades. And I know it's a slightly more sheer coverage. It's a cushion foundation, but also it's a, like, I feel like you can forgive sort of K-beauty brands for creating shade ranges that are lower when they're designed for the Korean, you know, Eastern market. But when you're releasing a foundation in the UK, when you're releasing a foundation in, you know, this part of the world, can we come out with more than 6 shades? Please and thank you. So yeah, not, in fact, I've done this wrong. This should be at number 6 for shade range. I've got these two mixed up. I've only just noticed. This is the worst shade range. Primark. And don't tell me that Primark haven't got the money to make a shade range better than 6 shades. So that comes in at last. That's just awful. So actually that means that this one ties with the Technic one. I've completely done my adding wrong. I'm so caffeinated today. My brain is not working very, very well. Just forgive me for that one. I obviously can't add up numbers any higher than 6. So yeah, this one comes in last. And in terms of coverage / finish, again, this one comes in at number 5. So this one ranks only slightly above the Technic one in terms of the coverage and the finish. Again, I feel like this just, it's a lighter coverage, it's a glowier finish, which is fine, but also I do feel like the amount of coverage and the finish of this just emphasizes things a little bit. So yeah, I do like this. I do think that this is a nice foundation, but when it comes to like, I can't find it within myself to, in good conscience, tell you that a foundation is worth it when it only comes in 6 shades. So yeah, not great. Next up is the PS Skin Tint, and this one comes in, again, number 1 for affordability, £6, very, very affordable. Comes in at number 6 for, obviously the same as the previous one, for accessibility, because you have to go in store to buy it. You can't get it online. It's not accessible to a lot of people. Really, really not good. This one does, however, rank at number 4 for longevity. I've said this in other videos recently, but I do feel like this has almost got like a self-setting quality. It does last quite nicely on the skin. I do feel like, obviously with my dry skin, I don't feel like I necessarily need a powder with this one. I don't feel like I need a powder all over with this one, because there is something about this where it just sinks into the skin really, really beautifully and looks great, honestly, like throughout the day. So it does wear nicely, but just not quite as nice as the ones that are going to come up. Yeah, so this one ranks at number 5 for the shade range, because Primark have treated us, thank you so much Primark, to 7 shades in this one. So this ranks at number 5 for shade range, only 1 step above that Cushion Foundation. So like, Primark, please just bring out more shades. And then this one does rank at number 3 for the coverage slash finish. I really, really like the coverage of this one and the finish, because it is a very thin, a very lightweight feel on the skin. It is a very sort of thin layer, but it's got that self-setting quality. I do feel like this looks lovely on the skin. So if you are like fully balling on a budget and you have a skin tone that will apply to this foundation, I do feel like for £6 it's worth a go, just for something nice and lightweight that will get you through the summer. But do I necessarily think that this is anything revolutionary? No, I don't think that it is like incredible, but if you're looking for something exceptionally affordable, this is the most affordable one. Like I would definitely recommend this one over the Cushion, just for like longevity and finish, etc. And I do like the way that this looks on my skin. I don't necessarily know how well this would wear on oilier skin. Obviously I've got dry skin, but I do get like hot and sweaty throughout the day, especially in this heat that we've been having. But I do think that this one is much better than the Cushion Foundation, the Primark Cushion Foundation. So let's move on to number 3, the Revolution Conceal and Define. I did actually put up a video, I think it will have been last week, maybe the week before, where I was comparing this one to the Superfix, the 2 new ones that have come out recently. I did this on one half of my face and the Superfix on the other, so that you could really see the differences between the 2. So this one came in at number 3. In terms of affordability, this is the second most expensive one. This one was $7.99, so definitely still affordable. Like $7.99 for a foundation is not, like, in terms of the foundations that have been coming out recently, even at the drugstore, not incredibly affordable, but it is still the second most expensive one that I'm going to be talking about today. In terms of accessibility, this one comes in at number 2, so you can get this on Revolution, which obviously is very easy to like get your hands on, like directly from their website. You can get it on other websites like Just My Look, Notino, you know, places like that, Boozy Shop, but it's not currently, as I am filming this, not currently available anywhere like Boots or Superdrug. So, but like I feel like the other ones that I've been testing this month, I've had to ordered basically all of them directly from each shop, or obviously for the Primark ones had to go in. So it's in at number 2 because it's easier but not the easiest. So that's where that one comes in there. In terms of longevity, this one comes in at number 3. I feel like if you had very, very dry skin, this would probably be the one that I would recommend even over the next 2, because this has got a beautiful thin finish that just lasts really, really nicely on the skin. It does just look beautiful at the end of the day. If you've got more oily skin, however, I do still feel like this would work because it is such a thin layer and it does take to a powder beautifully. In terms of shade range, Revolution, 40 shades. So this ranks at number 1. It also ranks at number 1. Like, number 1 is a shared spot in the shade range category. And then in terms of coverage slash finish, this one ranked at number 4. However, I do feel like, again, that is doing it a disservice just because I feel like without a powder on me, this one does still look a little shiny. It does have more of a thin amount of coverage, although this one definitely can be built up. So I feel like this one has also got the variety in the amount of coverage that you can get from it, but it is not the most flattering on the skin just completely by itself, in my opinion. But with a powder, really, really beautiful foundation. So in at number 2 is the Catrice Cushion Foundation. So this is the Invisible Cover Cushion Foundation Blurring Matte Finish. So this one came in at number 4 in terms of affordability. This one cost me £8.50. In terms of accessibility, I have actually seen literally this morning that this is available on Just My Look if you are in the UK. I got this one from Boozy Shop. I think it's on Notino as well, but you can't buy this in store anywhere. It's not available in store in the UK anywhere. So if you're the kind of gal that likes to go in to get your shade range right, you can't. You just have to wing it. I am 024N for reference, and it's pretty much a perfect shade match for me in summer. Really, really great shade match, but not incredibly easily accessible. But like, in terms of buying it online, this one is available more places online. In terms of longevity, this one came in at number 2, and this is with the caveat that I think that this would be beautiful on a lot of different skin types. So on my skin, I do have to sort of hydrate quite heavily and put a really good layer of like a thicker moisturizer on underneath, really let that sink in, really hydrate my skin under this, because it is like, it's a thinner formula, which I like, but it is more of an oil control. So if you had oily skin, this would be really, really beautiful on your skin, I do believe. And it just lasts incredibly. I actually wore this one day before the number 1 that I'm going to talk about in a minute, before that one even came out. I wore this when it was like 35 degrees and I was spending the whole day outside. I was going to watch my husband play cricket, and yeah, I wore this and it still looked great at the end of the day, because I don't know what's in this, but it is oil control. Like, I would absolutely agree with that saying, that it is oil controlling. It still looked beautiful at the end of the day. In terms of the shade range, this one came in at number 3. So I just need this, I need to like highlight this as a point. So there are currently on the Just My Look website, I don't know how many shades of this they've got all together because I haven't looked it up. In the UK currently, as I am filming this, if you wanted to find the place that has the most shades, it's the Just My Look website. They've got 13 shades, which still isn't great, like still not great, but the ranking here goes from 13 shades in this one to 40 in the Revolution ones. Why is there such a jump? Why are brands getting it so wrong? Like, this ranks at number 3, which is like high in that category, but there's still only 13 shades. I don't know how brands dare, honestly. And like I said, that comes with the caveat that I don't know how many shades are actually available in the full line. There may well be more shades than that, but not currently available in the UK as I am filming this. And then in terms of coverage / finish, this one came in at number 2. This looks so thin on the skin. This looks like nothing, and the finish of this is so natural. It looks like my skin. It looks like absolutely nothing, but also like my skin just has a filter on it. It's beautiful. The coverage of this is just perfect. It's not too much, it's not too little. It just looks beautiful, and the finish genuinely is just like I've got a filter on my skin. But when I'm looking in a mirror, when I'm looking real close up in a mirror, it looks like nothing. And it just feels delightful. And like I say, the longevity of this one as well, it still looks like that at the end of the day. So and like I say, I've been wearing that for like really, really hot days as well. So in at number 1, and the foundation that I've got on my skin currently, and honestly, the foundation that I've been wearing a ton whilst it has been so warm in the UK. And when I say so warm, I mean like 40 degrees so warm. And no aircon. So if you're in America, don't even come at me saying that Texas is hot, because your homes have aircon. You can leave the hot. Where do I leave the hot to? My freezer. That is where I go to cool down. I just open the freezer for a minute and just rub my body in it. So don't even start. I'm sorry for getting aggressive. It's hot, okay? I can't think straight. The Revolution Superfix 16 Hour Blur Foundation. This one comes in at number 1 because this is the most expensive foundation that I am mentioning in this whole video. And you're still gonna get change from a tenner, okay? And like, you can get this, or I'm certain you'll be able to get this somewhere with some sort of an offer, okay? Give it a little bit of time, and there will be a sale on somewhere. I can almost guarantee it. So yes, the most expensive one that I'm going to be talking about today, but still ranked at number 1. In terms of accessibility, this one comes in at number 1. Obviously you can get this directly on the Revolution website, but also, as I'm filming this, like I say, you can get this in Boots, and I am hoping at some point in the future these Revolution ones will be available on Superdrug as well. And I have seen this on some of the other websites, like I said, Just My Look and Boozy Shop, etc. And I do believe that the Revolution ones are also available in like Ulta or somewhere in America. I don't know. I don't live in America. Let me know. Let me know if you're in America. Have you seen either of these Revolution foundations? This one ranked at number 1 for longevity. This one, I don't know what is in this. I don't want to know. I don't need to know what is in this. All I know is that this still looks exceptional at the end of the day. I would even go as far as to say that this one looks better at the end of the day as it like sinks in to the skin. Not a single ounce of powder when I'm wearing this. I don't have any powder on my skin. I've got a highlight on, so like the outsides of my face will look a little bit shiny. I have no powder on, and I know I've got dry skin, but haven't mentioned it's hot. So I generally have been wearing powder with like some of the other foundations, not necessarily the Catrice one, but this one looks flawless at the end of the day. Like 16 Hour Blur, it really, really is. If you've got dry skin, I absolutely think you can make this work, but if you've got oily skin, I feel like you will love this. It just looks so incredible at the end of the day. Like say this one ranks at number 1 for the shade range. This one comes in 40 shades, so both of these I have in F3N, and the shade names are like the same between the ranges. So yeah, you got 40 shades. 40 shades to treat yourself from, and you like different undertones. So like I say, I got F3N and it's like the perfect shade for me. And then coverage slash finish, I feel like this one definitely is, like, obviously I'm ranking it at number 1 for coverage slash finish, but I just love the way that this one looks. It is genuinely blurring on the skin, and like so much coverage. It really is a lot of coverage. Where the Catrice one I feel like is more of a medium coverage, I definitely feel like you can build up the Revolution one to be more full coverage if you wanted it to be. I will say that the Revolution one as well, I have worn this over the top of like really glowy foundations, and there's something about the finish of this that really looks lovely over a glowy primer. If you wanted more of a glowy finish, I have worn this over the Emco Grip Illuminating Primer in like while it's been quite hot and I've wanted that extra little bit of tacky grippy primer underneath my foundations, and it looks lovely over the top of a more illuminating base. But like I say, absolutely does not need a powder. Maybe would need a little bit of a powder if you had oilier skin, but honestly I don't think it needs it. Again, there's something about this formula that really does blur and really does just lock in for a full day. I don't love, I mean I do like the packaging, I like the pump, but I don't know why it's got this. If you would use this, please let me know, because I need to know what kind of person would use that. It just doesn't make sense to me. But that is everything. That is my number 1 foundation. But it did come very close second to the Catrice one. Different, the same but different, honestly, at this point. So that is my ranking. I will leave any relevant full day wear tests linked down below. I have full day wear tests for all of these foundations, so if you wanted to see like more deep dives into each of those foundations, I will leave those videos linked. I will also link my first version of this video where I was ranking, like, I can't even remember, the Revolution Cushion Foundation, the Revolution Skin Tint, the one that was in like the purple tube. What else was in that video? The MUA. I can't remember what other foundations were in that. The Milani Skin Tint. And there was another one. I can't remember what it was now. That information fell out of my brain literally the second I finished filming that video, but I will leave that one linked down below as well if you want to see that. And like I say, I will be doing, it will be a very long video, I will be doing a roundup like this at the end of the year for every foundation that I've tested throughout the year. And you will need a big cup of tea for that video because clearly I'm a rambler, but that is everything. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I would love to hear if you have tried any of these foundations down below. If you agree with me, you disagree with me, I want to know all of your thoughts down below. But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. Bye bye.